Welcome to Evening in America's extended coverage here on YouTube. I'm Devon Jarvis. The JFK Library this past week announced the winner of the 2025 Profile in Courage Award. The award, which has been given out since 1990 to those who exhibit political courage. The award comes from President Kennedy's Profiles in Courage book he released in 1956. This year, the award is set to be given to former Vice President Mike Pence for his actions of, quote, putting his life and career on the line to ensure the constitutional transfer of presidential power on January 6, 2021. Pence is set to receive the award on May 5th at the JFK Library and Museum. Last week, President Trump invited the far-right activist Laura Loomer to a meeting in the Oval Office. Less than 24 hours after the meeting, the administration fired the director and deputy director of National Security Agency, General Timothy Haugh and Wendy Noble. In a post on X, the social media site formerly known as Twitter, Loomer said, quote, NSA Director Tim Haugh and his deputy Wendy Noble have been disloyal to the President Trump. That is why they have been fired, end quote. According to sources familiar to the meeting, Loomer showed the president a list of about a dozen people, most likely including Haugh, she believed to be disloyal. United States Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he's reinstating several programs and positions that were recently cut from his department, calling the move a mistake. Last week, over 10,000 jobs were eliminated across various programs. At the time, Kennedy defended the decision by saying, quote, we're streamlining the agencies. We're going to make it work for public health, make it work for the American people, end quote. Following the lead of the Department of Government Efficiency, Kennedy's move was intended to save money and boost productivity, but questions quickly came up about how efficient the cuts really were.
Some programs that were cuts that are being reinstated, and I believe that that's one of them.
Interesting. And do you know why it was cut to begin with? It was just
all of these programs, all of the CDC, NIH, and CDC were not doing their jobs. And there was tremendous redundancy. For example, we had over 100 communications departments. We had 40%.
In response, Kennedy said, quote, in the course of that, there were instances where studies that should not have been cut were cut. Personnel that should not have been cut were cut. We're reinstating them. And that was always the plan, end quote. This comes just weeks after a wider government shakeup orchestrated by Elon Musk and Doge, which impacted nearly 27 federal agencies. A measles outbreak that began in West Texas has now sickened over 500 people across multiple states, and experts warn it may just be the beginning. Public health officials say the surge in cases, including 2 confirmed deaths, is being worsened by recent federal policy changes. Critics say the Trump administration's decision to withdraw from the World Health Organization, slash funding for local health departments, and promote vaccine skepticism has severely undermined the nation's ability to respond to outbreaks like this. And with immunization rates still below 95% threshold needed to prevent spread, the public health leaders fear measles could become a recurring threat in the U.S., a virus once eliminated, now resurgent. President Donald Trump spoke earlier this week stating that this is not a new problem.
It's so far a fairly small number of people relative to what we're talking about. Something that people have known about for many, many years. I mean, measles has been, this is not something new.
Updates now out of France as opposition party leader Marine Le Pen supporters rallied in the streets of Paris. Le Pen, who was convicted of embezzling public funds and barred from running for office in 2027, spoke to the crowd saying, quote, for 30 years I have fought against injustice, and I will continue to fight. Thousands of supporters chanted things like, quote, Marie President, and, quote, they won't steal 2027 from us. One of the prominent speakers at the event was the president of the national rally, Jordan Bardella. In a fiery speech, Bardella said, quote, the people must be free to choose their leaders without interference from political judges, end quote. Now, Bardella is an important figure in the party right now. Billed as the protege of LePen, Bardella may look to take LePen's place in the 2027 election. Thank you for tuning in to Evening in America extended coverage here on YouTube. Don't forget to check out our full-length episode on ictv.org.